You to read out your petition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for intervening. I'm reading this petition, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the residents of Sun Valley, Royal Park, KMA, Shalom Estate, and Voresview in Langata constituency. Mr. Speaker, I will read verbatim with the undersigned, residents of the Republic of Kenya and residents of Sun Valley Phase 1, 2, and 3, Royal Park Estate, KMA Estate, Shalom Estate, Voresview Estate within Mugumoini ward of Langata constituency in Nairobi, do petition the National Assembly under the provision of Article 119 of the Constitution that grants the Parliament to consider any matter within its authority, and Article 94(2) of the Constitution that grants the National Assembly powers to resolve issues of concern to the people. Mr. Speaker, residents wish to draw the attention of the National Assembly to the following: that we are the lawful owners of all property situated in the said estates, having acquired them for value. Within the said estate, there are approximately 2,000 titles that have been issued by the Ministry of Land, with over 90% currently occupied by approximately 6,000 households, with over 20,000 people living in them. Within the said estate, there are also schools, churches, hospitals, mosques, prison department, dog unit section, and other amenities. Within this parcel of land is situated St. Mary's Mission Hospital that treats over 2,000 residents of Langata and Kibra constituency per day, and patients referred from other hospitals, especially mothers and baby section of the hospital, which is, if demolished, will cause untold loss and suffering to the residents of these constituencies. The government has also provided common utility services to the property, including water, sewage, electricity, and paved roads, among others. Mr. Speaker, that all developments within the estate underwent the necessary approvals from the Department of Physical Planning, County Government of Nairobi, and all the requisite building approvals were granted. Routine inspection of the said structures were done by the government and county government departments such as National Construction Authority. A substantial number of the residents developed the property through bank finance, SACCOs, public sector mortgages, schemes such as Central Bank of Kenya Mortgage Scheme, Parliamentary Service Commission, Public Service Commission, while others acquired through their retirement benefit. Mr. Speaker, that the residents have had private possession of the respective property for over 20 years, and a range of transactions over these properties have taken place. Some have charged the financial institutions, some have sold, and others have subdivided as allowed by law. We have paid duties, taxes, levies to the Government of Kenya for approval of various activities related to our suites parcels. The County Government of Nairobi continuously receive land rates from our respective parcels, which we have paid dutifully. In a strange surprise, Mr. Speaker, and turn of events, on 2nd June 2020, the Cabinet Secretary responsible for Environment and Forestry has made media pronouncements highlighting that the land where our properties are situated within Gov't Forest has threatened to even release wild animals. I'll repeat that. In a strange surprise and turn of events, on around 2nd of June 2020, the Cabinet Secretary responsible for Environment and Forestry has made media pronouncements highlighting that the land where the properties are situated within the Gov't Forest and has threatened to even release wild animals to our estate. The unwarranted threat by the Cabinet Secretary has been followed by continuous aerial and physical surveillance of the area by the KFS, Kenya Forestry Services team, which the latter accompanied by a verbal warning to the security guards of the said team, expressing the intention to fence off the main gate of the estates with the intention to deny residents access to their premises or fence in the residence. The verbal threats by the Cabinet Secretary and the KFS have been captured and highlighted by both print and media and electronic media house, thus questioning the legality of our titles documents which the government validly issued to us. These threats have caused a lot of anxiety among us, the residents of these estates, and thus interfering with the quiet enjoyment of our property. Mr. Speaker, the resident wished to inform the National Assembly that via legal notice number 44, carried in the Kenya Gazette number 16 of 1998, dated 23rd March 1998, the then Minister of Environment, Mr. Lotodo, altered the boundary of the Gov't Forest Reserve so as to exclude the land occupied by the Sun Valley Phase 1, 2, and 3, Royal Park Estate, KMA Estate, Shalom Estate, and Voresview Estate. Boundary Plan number 175/368 dated 10th December 1997, showing acquisition of approximately 53 hectares from Ngong Road Forest. After Gov't, a survey map was issued by the Survey of Kenya office delineating the boundary of this estate, showing that property LR 23256 is subject of the legal notice referred to above. Various grants executed by the President of the Republic of Kenya granting the property in question to the Kenya Building Society Limited, the original owners of the property. Out of this acquisition, the government through the Ministry of Land has issued over 2,000 title deeds to the residents of this estate. Neither the Ministry of Land and Physical Planning nor the Ministry of Environment has taken any step to challenge the validity or otherwise of the titles, and no information has been shared with the residents impugning the validity of the titles, On the contrary, the Ministry of Land has continued, and rightfully so, to allow transaction on the titles, including such as sales, charges, and subdivision where applicable. It is therefore unfortunate that the Cabinet Secretary of Environment can make such roadside declaration, recklessly impugning the validity of the title, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we wish to further point out that the government has not issued any notice to the residents addressing the issue they have raised in the media. They have always been ready to listen to the government. We also wish to indicate that the Ministry of Environment and Kenya Forestry Services have not filed any suit in court to challenge the Gazette Notice number 44 of 1998, which altered the boundaries of the forest, which in any event was published by the very ministry. We have made the best effort to have this matter addressed by the relevant authorities, all of which have failed to give any satisfactory response. None of this issue raised in this petition is pending in the court of law, constitutional, or any other legal body. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, the humble petitioners pray that through the relevant committee, that the Parliament intervenes by instructing the Cabinet Secretary of Environment and Forestry to follow due process of law and get the proper information and proper maps from the ministry responsible for matters relating to land, to intervene by instructing the Cabinet Secretary of Environment and Forestry to desist forthwith from pursuing his intention of illegally reclaiming privately owned land on which the aforecited estate stand. That the Parliament intervenes to ensure that the Cabinet Secretary for Lands does protect the sanctity of title deeds